This is one of the worst games I have ever played in my life.
Buyer's Remorse.
Hello and welcome to Buyer's Remorse. I'm Justin.
I'm Darren.
On Buyer's Remorse, we like to subject each other to games that we already own for an hour because they have sat untouched in our libraries to see if they are a wonderful buyer's confirmation or a dreaded buyer's remorse. What game did you play this time?
Zombie Golf.
Oh, hooray. Because I already know that you sent me a message about Zombie Golf. So, Zombie Golf, tell us all about it.
Oh, well, it's a golf game, I suppose, but you don't actually have to hit a golf ball into a hole. You just have to use the ball to hit zombies.
Oh, okay. Well, that actually sounds like a good concept, sort of.
It is a good concept because they do it in Dead Rising. Dead Rising 3, I think, where there's a whole mini game of like courses and everything. And yeah, it's an amazing idea. It fucking sucks in this one, though. It's terrible. This is one of the worst games I have ever played in my life.
Right, yes.
It's garbage, man. This game is terrible. Absolutely terrible. The only good thing about this game is when you hit escape, and there's a button that says exit, and then you get to leave it.
Okay.
But yeah, someone actually took the time to make this. And I mean, yeah, I can't code. And, you know, I'm happy that someone took the time to actually try and make this game, but it costs money. It's in early access. It's not been updated for a year. The game is going absolutely nowhere. You know, if this was like some kind of free game where it was like a guy just testing out Steam, like, look, I made this game, it's not very good, you know, but it's for free. Let me know your feedback and of how I can improve it. Yeah, sure. But this game is not worth $1. And I don't know where I got this from.
That's pretty bad because we pretty much say anything's worth $1.
I'd buy that for $1, but not this. Yeah, I would not buy Zombie Golf for $1.
What does it look like?
Well, it looks all right, to be honest. It's not the worst looking game. So basically, you open up. It's got some of the worst title music I've ever heard as well. It's really bad. But you start the game. It's like an apocalypse city. You've got, one terrible thing is there's only 4 maps.
Okay.
And so I had to play this game about 5 times. And each round takes a while.
Are you playing 18 holes?
No, it's 4. There's 4 levels, basically. And so I left you some nice messages on the wall for my high score each time I finished it. Because, yeah, there's nothing to this game.
Are those things we're going to see in the video then?
Yes, okay. Definitely.
Because I don't think I own this one.
Well, I know what to get you for Christmas. Yeah, I mean, okay, so basically you start off, you've got the choice of a man or a woman to golf with. There's no benefits to choosing either of them. And so you start off, you're teeing off on like a kind of a platform, and you've got like little instruction things. It's 1 click, and then you can aim where you're going, left and right. You can aim it horizontally and vertically by degrees, but it goes up to 1,000. So go figure. And then your next click is a power bar, which goes up and down, and your final click is you hit the ball. It's just so boring, man. It's like there's no sound in the game either. There's no sound at all. I mean, there's sound, but there's no music apart from the title screen. So everything's just quiet, and then it's just like, and then the ball goes, and then it bounces, and that's it.
So there's no voice work then? There's
no voices. If you hit a zombie, it kind of goes, ooh, and then falls over, which is amazing. Like, they need to do that in The Walking Dead, just like start teeing off into zombies, because it works a charm in this game. But yeah, so basically, if you hit a zombie, you get 100 points. If you hit a burned zombie, you get 200 points. If you hit a car, you get 50, which can actually work out better, because the way that the physics works in the game is if you land the ball on the car roof, it doesn't have any physics, so it doesn't actually bounce and keep continuing with momentum. It just stops, and then it'll just bounce up and down on the car 3 times. So you get 150 points rather than going for a zombie. So once you get an angle where you can hit a car, you just keep on bouncing on the roof of that car. But yeah, there's barrels that you can explode. And when there's like a little ticker on the side that tells you all the points. You hit a zombie, 100 points. You hit a car, 50 points. You hit a building, 10 points. You hit a barrel, boom. It's like, oh, I just killed 5 zombies because they're all like huddled around these barrels. It doesn't tell you the score for some reason. It just says the word boom.
Oh.
But in the corner, it does. Because I eventually checked and was like, is my score going up? It's like, yeah, it is. So that's it. And the controls are just absolutely dire. So basically, I found that it's kind of like, I mean, it's almost like golfing surgeon simulator, man. You know, it's like the controls are so bad, but it's not funny like that. Or like, you know, like those kind of games. The angle makes no sense. You can hit it. Basically, you can hit it at the same angle, at the same power. If you hit it 10 times, it would go in 10 different directions.
Right. Okay. Very inconsistent.
It's so inconsistent. And so, yeah, it's just like this general frustration, general boredom. There's just nothing to it. So I finished it the first time and I looked at the clock and it was like 15 minutes. I was like, oh, Christ. I've got to do this 3 more times at least. It was probably 4 more. I think I played it 5 times in total because, again, I got better towards the end. And by the middle of towards the end of the play, I was just like angling the ball as high as I could, hitting it as far as I could just to see what the rest of the map looked like. But there's not much else beyond the kind of screen that you're in. It's like everything's there. And then if you hit the ball further out, it's just grass. The thing is, there's one level where you're pretty high up and there's a zombie on top of a building over here on my left. And the angle on the ball doesn't go far enough to hit him. So he's impossible to hit, but he's there. And so I tried to get him for ages. I couldn't. And I was trying to see if I could get it through bugs, like if I could. And I did find some pretty interesting bugs, which was probably the most fun I had with it. It was like, oh, look, I found a way to make the power gauge like fly off the map. And yeah, so there's nothing to this game at all. It's so boring.
What's the color scheme like?
I mean, I don't know, it's kind of just...
Is it really brightly colored? Is it muted because it's meant to be dark as zombies?
Yeah, it's muted, I suppose. It's not too colourful, but it's like I said, the visuals are not terrible. They're what I would expect from kind of an asset flip kind of game, which seems to be what this game is.
But what are the... you said it's apocalypse, right? So are buildings on fire in the background? What kind of things are we looking at?
So the streets are all cracked and the roads all been kind of turned up and the sidewalks are all broken and turned over slabs and things. There's some fires. There's all the windows are smashed out of buildings. Cars are kind of crashed into buildings at the side of the road. And then you just got like zombies just standing. They don't move. They might sway a little bit, but there's always one zombie who crawls across the screen. And supposedly, the trailer actually was better than the game. Like, if you watch the trailer on Steam, he had fun with the trailer at least, because it's kind of funny. That zombie that crawls has a name. I can't remember what it is. I think it's like Betty or something like that. It's like, try and hit Betty, you know? Well, I can't hit anything, you know? Everything is just pure luck. And even in the credits, like, not the credits, even in the trailer, he's like, you know, hit this and hit that. And it's like, sometimes it's just luck. It's like, it's pretty much always luck, man. This game really, really sucks, man.
Well, that's wonderful for me to hear. Would you recommend this game to me?
No.
Would you recommend
not even as a joke.
Okay, then would you recommend this game to anyone?
No. And after I played it, I had to put a review on Steam because I didn't want people looking at my profile and going, oh, he played Zombie Golf for an hour. Maybe I should check that out. It's like, no, here's a review. Don't buy this game.
I'm looking at that now. That's what you're looking at. And there's tiny section for pros and a huge section for cons.
Yeah, and the pros is just basically, it is someone's work, and they did make an effort, but And then the other pro is when you leave the game, basically. But yeah, all the cons, like especially the sound. I was really surprised that there's no noise in the game. It's so quiet, and that really, I think sound is really important to me in a game, and this makes me realize how important it is, because when it's not there, man, you really notice. A game feels empty without sound, you know? Which is why in certain games that are full of sound, when they have no sound, it has more impact, you know? Like in Inside or Limbo, there are sections that are really, really quiet, whereas everything else was quite noisy before. Or maybe in Limbo it's the opposite, where the whole game is quiet, but when it's noisy, it has a real big impact, like when you hit the factory, you know? This game just has nothing at all. And yeah, it was a complete fucking waste of an hour. Thank you.
So you're definitely going to go back and play some more then, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Can't wait to like ditch Cyberpunk so I can go and play this.
Well, you can always, jump into this one. Cyberpunk will still be there. What 3 tags would you give it?
I'm not even going to say this is a golf game, man. Like, I couldn't even say golf.
That's pretty wild, considering that's about the only thing I could guarantee would be zombie and golf. Okay, so what 3 would you give it?
Yeah, and is it a zombie game? You could replace the whole game with anything. It could be throwing softballs at kittens. It could be anything. They've just gone for zombies because people like zombies. And so when people look it up, they're like, oh, it's a zombie golf game. That sounds fun. No, it's not. It's crap. Don't even think about picking this up. Oh, I like golf games. Me too. I've played a lot. I used to love, back in the day, like the old Flash golf games that they had, like the little stickman golf games. There was the Galactic golf game where you played golf by using gravity of planets. There are tons of very good 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional golf games. I loved Everybody's Golf on the PlayStation. Where you got to play as like Sean Connery in one of them. I think it was one of the characters. I like golf games, but this has a golf club and a ball, and the ball looks like a Pokemon ball. It's like a red and white thing. Or there's another one that's like a disco. They look like kind of colourful Easter eggs in a way, but they sound like ping pong balls when you hit them. I don't know. It's not golf. It's not golf.
Well, what 3 would you give it then?
I really don't know. Shovelware.
Okay.
Shovelware.
No, you can't do it twice. Are there achievements in the game?
No, and yeah, that's the other thing. There's nothing even slightly like challenging in the game, like to give you an achievement here or there, like, hit 2 zombies with the same ball or something like that.
But this was not an achievement fountain then.
So but on the store page, it has no cards, it has no achievements. Okay. So it's not even a kind of a game that achievement hunters would buy just to like farm achievements or for me to farm cards. This is like, when I got Cavern Escape, at least that sucker had cards. This doesn't have anything.
Okay. So.
Shovelware.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess, yeah, zombies.
Uh-huh.
And,
just say golf.
Do I have to? Okay.
What else is there? You could put apocalypse if you want.
No. Okay, golf.
Okay. Never in the history of the podcast has it been so difficult to come up with 3 tags for a game. Well, here comes the big question, as if I couldn't guess. And I'm so happy. Was this a buyer's confirmation or a buyer's remorse?
Without a doubt, buyer's remorse.